for the Region 4 6A Boys Soccer Semifinal between the Dripping Springs Tigers and JD Alexander Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long day, and at 9:51, which to our knowledge is the second latest start time to a UIL sport event in history. We will finally find out who plays the Region 4 final tomorrow on the boys' bracket. This game was scheduled for 7 p.m. earlier today. Our third game this afternoon started at 7 p.m. So almost 3 hours later, we are finally ready to go between Laredo, Alexander, and Dripping Springs. Alexander in the all-white uniforms, Dripping Springs in the maroon. Taliaris joining you here in the booth at Comalander Stadium. Alongside our cameraman Ezekiel Linder, and both of us still awake, believe it or not, after this going on now 10-hour day here in San Antonio. Happy to bring you this one to close out the night. We had an absolute thriller in our last game between Rivera and Lee. Rivera in dramatic fashion scores with 55 seconds left in the second frame of overtime to book themselves a spot in tomorrow's Region 4 final game where they will face the winner of this match. Dripping Springs now with an opportunity on the run. Oh, and only what would have been an early goal is saved. That was off the leg of York Merrill for the Tigers and saved by Alexander. Bulldogs. So Alexander trying to push the other way after Dripping Springs gets a solid opportunity to start, but the Tigers take it away. All back they come. Here's Merrill, who just fired the first shot. Poked away on the defensive end by the Bulldogs. Well played on the back lines, and now trying to push the other way. Let's take a look at both of these teams coming into tonight's matchup. Alexander out of Laredo, Texas, has won 28 and lost 12. They won their bi-district round 4-0, area round 2-0, and the quarterfinal round 3-2. First shot of the day from Alexander, sails left, and no good. A good-looking shot though from Gael Gallegos.
Hey!
Another shot from Dripping Springs. They've won 12. They've lost 11, and they've tied 2. District round and penalty kick 6, 5-3. Won the area round 1-0, and leads the quarterfinals 5-3. Diego will tip it back. Gets it off the give and go. Chips it in towards the box. And unable to square up for a shot there is Santiago Chinchilla. Pick up here from Lucas Perez, the senior keeper for the Tigers. Step ahead, long shot on the net, saved by the Bulldogs. Tigers get it quickly off the turnover. There's Mason Russell into the box. Russell trying to maneuver his way out of traffic. Now we'll backtrack. Russell into the corner. Throw-in coming up for Dripping Springs. Deflected out of the back of the end zone by Alexander, so a corner kick coming up. And that corner bounces clear to the other side of the field, so goal kick coming up. Back the other way comes Alexander as they quickly get it out the goal and just can't keep it in play along the far side. Throw-in coming up along the far side for Dripping Springs. Taken away by Alexander, and now the Bulldogs on a run the other way. Trying to lay it out wide, and nobody home. Both teams sending it each other's way here as that chip shot from Dripping Springs, rolls in to the keeper's gloves. Here come the Bulldogs down the other way with 29 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Taken away nicely by the Dripping Springs defense. Now the Tigers trying to make a run the other way. And a whistle blown, foul going to be called against Alexander. Free kick coming up for the Tigers. Looks like the whistle was blown there. Both teams still going after the ball, and now a yellow card going to be given out to Alexander. Carlo Fernandez de Huarqui looks beside himself. Can't believe that now the clock will stop. 28 minutes and 14 seconds left, and I'm not sure if the official knows who gets the card. El Gallego's in the remote area as well, and now the referee going to talk to the sideline official to clear things up. Now it appears there's no yellow card given, so we return to action. There'll be a free kick for Alexander. Now the official comes to the other side of the field to talk things over with the other sideline judge. Josh Hill, the head coach for Dripping Springs, wants an explanation, as does everybody else. And now a yellow card is given, but it's given to Dripping Springs. Originally, it was given to Alexander, even though they were the ones receiving the free kick, which obviously doesn't make sense. Now the official rights his wrong, and Connor Knapp, the senior midfielder, is the one who drew the yellow, and will have to sit for a couple of minutes. So there's the free kick from Alexander, and save made by Lucas Perez. Perez will boot it away for the Tigers. Nice pass out in front. Opportunity here for Alexander. Squaring away, firing a shot, and didn't even get there. Two Tiger defenders able to knock it out of harm's way to stop the run from the Bulldogs. Corner kick coming up for the Tigers, and they quickly get it in. Out of the middle of the field. Chipped in towards the box. A header opportunity on the way. No good. Heber comes out of his net and makes the save. Perez stops one shot. Second shot goes right of the post. So Two big ones there from Lucas Perez, who was a little slow to trot out and get the goal kick. Now Perez will line up to send it away. Alexander here with a couple of numbers. Play out to the outside. Two in the box. They cross it their way. Header chipped in towards the net, but Perez right there to stop it. Quickly, Perez rolls it out, and now the Tigers sprinting the other way down the near sideline. Nice cut inside from Parker Johnson, and that sets up York Merrill very well. Merrill in the middle of the field. Thought about the shot, takes it back. Now passes into the middle of the field. Joey Swoboda. Back out to Johnson. Johnson chips it in the box, headed away by Alexander. Sent in towards the net, and it will roll almost out of bounds. Saved by Alexander. So the Bulldogs will try to head the other way. 25 minutes to go in our opening half of this final game. Pass a little too strong on the far side from Alexander. Dripping Springs quickly throws it in, puts it down the other side of the field, and it will roll back into the keeper's hands. Alexander turns it over in the middle of the field and then gets it right back. Dripping Springs immediately pries it away from him. Both teams just exchanging possessions here. A couple of good opportunities each way. Shot chipped in towards the net. Easy save for Dripping Springs. Foul going to be called against Alexander, so free kick coming up in front of the Dripping Springs bench for the Tigers. Joey Swoboda sends it into the box, headed towards the net, and it's wide left. Goal kick coming up for Alexander. Approaching 22 minutes to go. Alexander with an opportunity here. Crossed into the box. Played nicely. Sent towards the net. Off the left side of it. just wide. That was the best shot chance of the night. Santiago Chinchilla just couldn't find the angle. So now a goal kick coming up for Lucas Perez. 21.5 minutes left in our first half. Still no score either way. Miscommunication there between the Dripping Springs offense. Pass just kind of went into no man's land. Now the ball headed around the air. Alexander going to get control of it. Along the far side now, the Bulldogs trying to move it into the middle of the field. Tigers take it away for the time being. Now play to the outside. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be a Dripping Springs throw-in. And now 30 seconds away from the halfway point of this first half. Whistle blown, a foul called against Dripping Springs. Free kick coming up for Alexander. Bulldogs clear it down their side of the field. Dripping Springs sends it right back. Now the Tigers setting up a promising run. Long shot set in, tipped away and saved by Alexander. Alexander throwing in front of their bench. Bulldogs move it along their back lines. Now to the middle of the field with the numbers, and a miscommunication results in a turnover. Lucas Perez sends it away. In the middle of the field where the Bulldogs take it right back. And costly mistake there from Alexander. That ball was going out of bounds, but last off a white jersey on its way out there, trying to keep it in play. Now the Tiger throwing. Tigers able to control it in Alexander territory, and a whistle going to be blown. Clock will stop. Free kick coming up for Dripping Springs. And a card, yellow card that is as well, called against Alexander, so defender on the far side will have to sit for a couple of minutes. Now one yellow card each way in this one. Dripping Springs will have the free kick, a couple of yards outside the box. It's a 4-man wall for Alexander. Four in the box for the Tigers. On its way, off the crossbar and out. Corner kick coming up for the Tigers again. Out to take it for Dripping Springs, Joey Svoboda. Plays it short. Gets it right back. Chipped in towards the box. Headed away by Alexander. And now the Bulldogs trying to make a run the other way. Looking for numbers. Play to the outside. They get past the first defender. Now chipped ahead. Alexander into the middle of the field. And they just can't control it. Dripping Springs does a good job defensively. Now whistles blow on a foul called against the Bulldogs. Free kick coming up for the Tigers. That ball rolls out of the back of the end zone for an Alexander free kick. Bulldogs will send it away from their own goal once more. 14 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half. Bulldogs pick up a nice steal at midfield. Trying to find a gap in the Tiger defense. They have not been able to do so too many times thus far tonight. Just very outnumbered on that side of the field. Here comes Dripping Springs the other way. Sprinting along the near side is Walter Nurmi. And it'll be a Tiger throw in front of their own bench. Now Alexander with a breakaway chance. Trying to find the right leg. Can't get it just for now. Now turning. Gets the leg into the middle of the field. Crossed over. Kicks it over the net. No good. Oh, a golden opportunity. And the Bulldogs can't convert. Goal kick coming up. That was Gael Gallegos on the run the entire way. He dumps it off and the shot just sails over the crossbar. That was the look for Alexander. They come up just short. Now the Tigers the other way quickly. All run now on the far side. Here comes Dripping Springs. Almost crossed into the middle of the box, but it's sent away by an Alexander defender. Corner kick coming up. Here comes the corner. Line drive along the ground. It sneaks in. Oh, Dripping Springs on a line drive. Scores it. What a finish.
Saludos al Sebastián Aguilar.
How on earth did that find its way in?
Sí, tú negrote.
Can't really tell who it was that scored that. So many people in front of the net, it could have ricocheted off a boot, or could have gone straight in from the corner. Nonetheless, Dripping Springs won. Alexander nil with 11.5 minutes to go in the first half. What a shot from the Tigers in the corner. And they draw first blood. Tigers back the other way quickly after scoring the opening goal. Waited in the middle of the field. Now just outside the box, trying to line up a shot, no angle there. Now squaring up and firing towards the net, deflected away, safely into the hands of the keeper for Alexander. Owen Burgess, the one who fired for the Tigers. Couldn't get it that time. Under 10 minutes to go now. Alexander searching for the equalizer. Chipped in towards the box. Tigers deflected back towards midfield. Now going to be called on Dripping Springs, so free kick from just inside the 25-yard line coming up here for Alexander. free kick sent high and away. And now the other way, Dripping Springs able to get it off the ricochet from the keeper. An awkward look there. Could have turned disastrous for Alexander. And now a corner kick coming up for the Tigers. They scored from here last time. Can they do it again with 7 minutes to go? This time it's in the air to the outside of the box, headed towards the middle. Now backed out. Chipped in once more, but Alexander sends it closer to midfield. Under 7 minutes to go now. Set up the field for Alexander. Bulldogs trying to find a passing lane. Tigers swarming everywhere. Tipped out of bounds, and it will be a Dripping Springs throw-in. Under 6 minutes to go. Here come the Tigers on a run. York Merrill looking for the left leg shot. Just missed the right post. Inches away for being the second goal of the night for Dripping Springs. Instead, Alexander breathes a sigh of relief. For the time being, at least, Dripping Springs right back on the attack. Oh, couldn't get the shot off there. Rolled right into his lap, but the Alexander defense gets to it first. Not out of harm's way just yet. Played along the outside. It'll be a Tiger throw-in.
Saludos de verga. Saludos de parte del bajito. Pero personas, sí, te amo. Buenísima message. Ya, bueno, con espero. No sé, porque pues nosotros también estamos transeando. ¿Por qué? Pero ¿por qué pusieron? Es Manuel. Es que es Manuel.
And a yellow card going to be given to Alexander. Looks like that one is on Omar Camacho. And then another yellow card, given to Dripping Springs as well. Joey Svoboda. So 13 seconds left in the half. Tigers setting up for a free kick. Free kick on its way, sails over the goalposts. And with 7 seconds on the clock, that should just about do it for the first half of play. Through 40 minutes, Dripping Springs 1, Alexander 0. We will step aside for 10 minutes and rejoin you for the second half.
juego. No, chata. ¿Qué notitas? Sí, sí. ¿De fútbol? No, de fútbol. I'll let you into that. ¿Qué te gusta más, vergas o vergas? No, pues depende. ¿Qué fue? Pues depende. ¿Qué me ofrece?
And we welcome you back for the second half of action between the Dripping Springs Tigers and the Alexander Bulldogs. After 40 minutes, Dripping Springs 1, Alexander 0. The trip to the regional final tomorrow afternoon on the line as we head deep into the night here in San Antonio. 10:50 will be the start of our second half. So bear with us for 40 more minutes, barring overtime. Already went to overtime in our last game. If we go to overtime in this game, we very well may head into tomorrow. Dripping Springs starts us off in the second half. Tigers tried to go quick the other way, but almost out of bounds, so throw in for Alexander to start us off. Tigers scored off a corner kick that came in on a line drive, stayed on the ground, and couldn't really tell if it ricocheted in or if it just came straight in off the corner. Nonetheless, it counts. That gives them the 1-0 lead. The official calls that mix up a throw-in for Alexander, and just as quickly turns the other way for Dripping Springs. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Alexander looking for the equalizer. Dripping Springs for insurance. Tigers come out of the scrum with the ball. York Merrill into the corner. Crosses it in. Tapped away by some Bulldog defenders. Ball sent into the stands. Throw in coming for Alexander. Way to the middle of the field. Now to the outside. Shot coming, deflected out of bounds by the Tigers, and a corner kick coming up for the Bulldogs, their first of the half. Sent in on the ground, and 3 Tiger defenders there to send that one out of bounds for a throw-in. Tigers take it away around midfield, trying to push it up towards the Alexander net. Been very aggressive along the front all day today. Now Alexander takes it away from behind. Bulldogs looking for a good run. Can't find it there. And an errant pass there from the keeper. Dripping Springs in great position here now. Bulldogs have to rush to get back on defense. To the outside now, it'll be a Tigers throw in front of their bench. Tigers have it in the corner. Mason Russell trying to find a passing lane. He's triple teamed. Somehow still has possession. And it will be a throw in for Alexander. Good effort from Russell. But the triple team works in favor of the Bulldogs. Ball works its way back to Lucas Perez. In goal for the Tigers, and now Dripping Springs looking to head the other way. That's a nice pass there from Svoboda, just out of reach along the far side. Perez comes out of his goal to kick that towards midfield, where the Bulldogs recover. Here come the Tigers. Along the far side, trying to get past the Bulldog back three. Big collision along the sideline. No whistle, back the other way come the Bulldogs, and Perez comes out of the net to make the save. Someone official puts the flag up, and there's a free kick awarded to Alexander. Alexander moves it around the back line. Now the officials will stop the clock. There's an injured Bulldog. We'll step aside, come back in a moment. Substitutions being made, and we are back underway. Under 30 minutes to go in the second half. Dripping Springs still leading at 1-0 over Alexander. Once again, an injured player, so we'll step aside. Back into the action now. 29 minutes, 15 seconds to go. That was a beautiful pass down the field, and it's going to be hit out for a corner kick. Last touch by Lucas Perez. Not really sure why he went for that. It was going out anyways. Instead, a corner coming up for the Bulldogs. Santiago Chinchilla will take it. On its way out to make the save comes Perez. Perez will scoop that one up and once again get ready to send it away. Bulldog free kick coming up here from just outside midfield. Sent in towards the goal, jumping up to make the save was Lucas Perez. Initially tried to high point it, ends up tipping it to himself and making the save. Big night for Perez. The senior in the net has yet to let one through. Bulldogs trying to make a run the other way. Gallegos firing, scoring, tie game! Gallegos, a long shot, and we're even at one apiece. What a strike from Gallegos. And we are tied at 1 with 26 minutes and 45 seconds to go. What a series of games we have had today, and what a strike from Gallegos to keep the Alexander Bulldogs alive. Brand new ball game here, folks, with 25 minutes and 20 seconds left. Dripping Springs heading the other way, looking for an answer. Opportunity here for Alexander. 3-on-1 in the corner, however. And the corner kick coming up for the Bulldogs. An opportunity here to completely swing this game around. They get it in quickly, sent into the box. The header off the mark and cleared away by Dripping Springs. Oh, what a pass. for Dripping Springs, but unfortunately it doesn't turn into fruition for the Tigers. And now the Tigers get a turnover. Deep in Bulldog territory, trying to cross it to the middle and unable to do so. But a corner kick on the way. Trotting out to take it is York Merrill. On its way, batted away by the keeper, Fernando Almanza, excuse me. Not out of harm's way just yet, though. Tigers still in possession. They flip it in towards the net. Almanza right there to make the save. And Dripping Springs answers! The Tigers come the other way and take the lead right back. How about that? From York Merrill, who is swarmed in the corner by his teammates. .21:44 left. And the Tigers go back up by one. That shot just kind of came out of nowhere. But York Merrill finishes it off, the senior for Dripping Springs. Now 21 minutes and 44 seconds left for Alexander to try and find yet another equalizer. Let's see if the Bulldogs can pull it off. Send it in towards the goal, and Lucas Perez wisely steps up to take that one away, as sprinting with everything he had was Eduardo Juarez towards the box for the Bulldogs. And now, free kick coming up for Dripping Springs after the Tiger was shoved from behind. Joey Spoda getting set to send it in. Just two maroon jerseys in the box for Dripping Springs. Now a clock stoppage. One of the Tiger players has been tying his shoes for quite some time. Now having a word with the official. Headed away by the Bulldogs initially. Now headed back into the box by Dripping Springs. Opportunity for the Tigers, sails left. Bulldogs moving around the back lines. Halfway through the second 40-minute frame. Time running out for Alexander. Nice little pass to himself there by York Merrill. Wasn't able to get to it. Throwing coming up for Dripping Springs. Calling a Bulldog throw in there. Here comes Alexander, trying to work it up the near side. Tigers able to deflect it out of bounds. Crossfield pass here from Alexander. Sent in towards the box. Nobody home. Tigers ship it the other way. Pass a little too strong. Able to save it is Fernando Almanza. Another run here for the Tigers. It's who else? York Merrill. Merrill into the middle of the field and unable to get his leg on it was Mason Russell. Chipped high in the air and out of the back of the end zone for a goal kick for Dripping Springs. Lucas Perez to send it away. Whistle blown, foul called on Alexander. Free kick coming up for Dripping Springs. Line drive kick on the ground is booted high up in the air by the Bulldogs. Recontrolled by the Tigers momentarily, and it'll be an Alexander throw-in. Here come the Bulldogs. Gallegos on a move. Somehow maneuvers his way through three defenders. And it'll be a corner kick coming up for the Bulldogs. Gallegos has been phenomenal tonight for Alexander. And extremely nimble on his feet. Able to get past three defenders to set up a teammate in the corner. Now here's the corner kick. Batted up high in the air away by Perez. Headed out by the Tigers. And they clear for the time being. Approaching 15 minutes to go. Tigers send it down the other side of the field. Fernando Almanza, the keeper, all the way out to the 25-yard line. to send it back the other way. Tigers now trying to push up the field. Here comes Merrill. Merrill, a long shot, just sails wide right of the goal. Merrill trying to take advantage of Almanza being far away from his posts, just a little too strong. Bulldogs send it to the other side of the field. Well defended by Dripping Springs. Tigers now looking to make another push, trying to find that insurance goal with 13 and a half minutes remaining in this one. Send him towards the goal. Easy save for Lucas Perez. Perez boots it away. Tigers get it at midfield, and they got numbers. 3-on-3. Trying to move it up the middle to Merrill. Merrill able to get to it, but it's saved by Fernando Almanza. Almanza coming out from his net to send that one the other way, and now the Bulldogs quickly trying to find a leg, and they do. Sent out of the back of the net. Let's see what they call it. It will be a corner kick. Last off the boot of a Tiger. So as they approach 12 minutes to go, quickly Alexander gets it in. Now at the middle of the field. Well defended by Dripping Springs. They'll have to push back a tad. Trying to send it to the opposite corner, too strong. Goal kick coming up. Lucas Perez will send it down the other side of the field. Substitutions being made for Alexander. Handball going to be called against the Tigers, and Bulldogs tried to go a little too quick. Long shot, send it, oh, just sails left. That was as good of a look as Alexander was going to get on that possession. And it's just wide. 10:42 to go in this one. Dripping Springs still holding on to the 2-1 lead. Perez will boot it away. High kick from the Tigers sent towards the Alexander goal. Fernando Almanza right there to field it. Official makes a call all the way back on the Tiger side of the field. Dripping Springs will get a free kick. Under 9.5 minutes to go. Time running out for Alexander. Here come the Bulldogs on the other side. Pass a little too ambitious. Doesn't get to the target. And now a big collision. On the other side, it'll be a Dripping Springs throw-in. And a long shot on the net, right into the hands of Perez for another big save for Dripping Springs. Approaching 8 minutes to go in this one. Bulldogs send it high into the air. Chip towards the middle of the field. Nobody home. And the Tigers will send this one away for an Alexander throw-in. Now under the 8-minute mark are the Bulldogs. Running out of time. They trail by 1. They've been in this position before and have answered. Can they do it again? Crossed into the box. Perez came out to take it, but it goes off the head and out of play. And a goal kick awarded to Dripping Springs. Clock stops with 7:25 to go. Substitution being made by Dripping Springs. Perez getting ready to send it away. Now a substitution coming on for Alexander as well. Now the clock begins to roll again. Pass a little too strong from Alexander. It'll be a Dripping Springs throw-in. Out of the back of the goal. We'll see what the officials call it. Still no word. And it's a goal kick. And Dripping Springs can't believe it. Mason Russell arguing his case. Didn't look like either official looked at that one. Now sent up the other way for the Bulldogs. An opportunity here for Alexander. Trying to push it into the middle of the field. And they do. A long shot on the way. Saved! A big one from Lucas Perez. Now chip one in, just over the head of the intended target. Perez ran out there to try and make the save. Doesn't need to that time. 5.5 minutes to go. Lucas Perez will boot it away from his own end zone as Dripping Springs continues to try and hold on. Now they head the other way. Here is Mason Russell on the far side. Double team. Russell will dump it off. Tigers looking to drain as much clock as they can, and a throw-in coming on here for Alexander. Played up ahead, Bulldogs only had 2 jerseys in the area compared to Dripping Springs' 4. Tigers increase the defensive presence. Now under 4.5 minutes to go. Here comes Dripping Springs. They play it ahead for York Merrill. Merrill in the corner, trying to work around the defender. Now crossed into the box. A chance here for Russell. Russell sends it in. Oh, sails left of the post. Goal kick coming up. Clock continues to run as Alexander not really sure what the official is asking them to do. And now they will reverse the call to a corner kick for Dripping Springs. Certainly didn't look like it from this angle, but the officials changed the call nonetheless. So now the Tigers, only 3 jerseys in the box, and it's sent in and sent right back out. They'll say it went out of bounds, so it's a goal kick. And now there's 2 balls in play. Able to get the dead ball out, but a whistle still needs to blow. So they will backtrack all the way to the goal kick with the clock continuing to run. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Bulldogs play it to the outside. Now into the middle of the field, and Dripping Springs clears. 3 minutes to go. Sent back the other way. Alexander will prepare for another push. Sent in towards the box. Headed away by the Tigers. Bulldogs keep it on their side of the 50. Sent in once more. 2 headers. Gallegos couldn't fire. Whistle's blowing. And we'll see what's called here. Clock will stop with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Official reaching into his pocket. Hasn't pulled anything out yet. There's an injured Tiger down on the field. We will step aside while they tend to him. So Gael Gallegos, who has the only goal for Alexander, is given a yellow card and will head to the bench. Clock continues to run. Substitution coming on for the Bulldogs. Under 2 minutes to go now. They send it in. Tigers deflect it. Closer throw in coming up for Alexander. Approaching 90 seconds. Sent into the box. Too far for the Bulldogs. Now going out towards the corner, and they're able to keep it in. Sent into the box. On its way. Headed through the goalposts and out. Goal kick coming up for Dripping Springs. 1:15 and ticking. Under a minute to go. The Tigers headed the other way with it. York Merrill is tripped up. No whistles blown. Back come the Bulldogs with 45 seconds to go. 4 white jerseys along the back line to Dripping Springs' 7. Pass it to the middle of the field with 30 seconds to go. Desperation time for Alexander. Need to find something here. Crossed in towards the box. Headed down. No shot angle there. The Tigers send it the other way with 18 seconds to go. 12 seconds left. And Dripping Springs will deflect and send it into the stands. This one is all but over. The Tigers of Dripping Springs are headed to the regional final. A 2-1 victory over Laredo Alexander. And the Tigers, who are just 1 win over 500 for the season, head to the 6A Region 4 title game. What a season. And they will face Rivera tomorrow right back here at 3 p.m. with a chance to head to the state tournament. And that caps off 11 hours and 38 minutes of soccer for us here at the NFHS Network. So we will step aside. Your final score, Dripping Springs 2, Alexander 1. Be back here tomorrow for the girls and boys 6A Region 4 finals. We'll see you then.